Welcome in the Live It, Lead It podcast, the new podcast not only for leaders in IT, but for business leaders in general who want to achieve more in less time. Greetings from Europe to all you successful folks out there in the world. I am your host, Olaf Kapinski. This episode is a little bit a different one. You can see me if you want. This is a podcast episode, but I'm sitting here in front of the camera and I'm recording you this episode. So feel free to watch my YouTube channel. You can find it either on YouTube Olaf Kapinski, or you go liveitleadit.com. That's the website, and there top right side you can find the YouTube icon. You click on it, then you're on the channel. There's a third option. The third option goes like this. You just go into the show notes of this episode and there is very obviously the YouTube link available. So, topic for today is change is complicated. And I've been asked so many times, we understand all of your change idea thing. We need to change because the world changes and blah, blah, blah. We get all of that, but it's so complicated. It's so hard work. I don't want to change. I want to do my stuff from yesterday. Yeah, true. I understand that. And this is the topic of today's episode. This is what this is about. Let's start at the beginning. Back in the days, 20 million years from now, a little bit of evolution. It's quite simple. Doing things always the same doesn't cost any effort for the brain. It's very cheap. It's potentially even low of energy. Our brain is a lazy bastard who just wants to only eat, preferably cheap carbs, cheap carbohydrates, and then do nothing. It's curious and it's lazy. So that's the reason why Facebook is so huge, because it feeds us. There is nothing of, how can I say? It's only headlines. Facebook consists of headlines, not context. Or not content. So those little articles that you can see on Facebook, they are so small. Some hundred words, that's all. Maybe the older of us remember newspapers. And I'm talking about newspaper in this tabloid format. And this is, I back in the days needed always a table to be able to read them. It's impossible to read them in the bus or on the tram. And there you had easily very, very, very heavy content. Why is nobody reading newspapers? Because it's work. The brain, if we let the brain go, then it just wants to see new, short stuff. New stuff, and not too much of it. Otherwise, the other new stuff just gets out of my attention, and I want new stuff. The brain is not really our friend when it comes to that. Brain is lazy and curious. So, and now, brain wants to stay the other way around. Brain is one of the pieces of the body that consumes a ton of energy. This is really a very, 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 very big energy consumer in the body. And I assume that it gets worse when you think, and this is only my theory, and this theory now works for this episode. The brain doesn't really want to work. It wants to, play computer games, just stare out of the window into the fire. There's a reason why television is as it is. And now we force the brain to do something different than yesterday. Then the brain needs to sort itself out. Whoa, hang on a second. Driving your way to work. If you drive by car, then you usually drive the same way, apart from there is some roadworks. And how often did it happen that you came into office thinking, how did I get here? Okay, I drove here, but you have no memories of the way at all, or way back home or something like that. This is when the brain takes over, our subconscious minds then steers the wheel and we're just driving. So, this is easy. And now you force your brain, for example, to go the other way. That stresses the brain. That stresses. This is like, we need to wait. We've been here before. Somehow, but not here. And this is more energy consuming. And this is why we love our habits. We execute our habits like that. If you have your habit of saluting the people that come into the room, then you just do it, you do it with no thinking. When you do not have the habit to send greetings to the people who come into the room, and then people come into the room, either you don't do it, or if you have this written on a piece of paper, I want to change, I want to be friendly, I want to salute to the people who come into the room and I'm in the room, then your brain has to be aware. Your brain has to build those triggers and just, oh, someone came in the room. Hey, hello. This is energy consuming. Why do we do the stuff as we do? Yeah, because it's the least effort for us. So, if we leave our brain, this lazy bastard, in charge on that, we will never ever do anything different as we've done yesterday. We will not. Apart from there is this big objective that overrules this everything, this new lady, this new whatever it is we want to attract, this stuff we want to change. But if that's gone, then we just do the same as we've done yesterday. Sadly enough, we are our own worst enemy, so that means our brain is our own worst enemy because the brain is just curious and lazy. The brain wants Facebook, and the rest of us, the conscious minds, the me, us, we want to achieve, want to deliver, want to do stuff. So, how to get into emotion, into a mindset that change is not equal to stress? Well, it's like training. I mean, it's really like training of your body. How do you do 100 push-ups in a row? Yeah, well, go and do push-ups. As easy as that. And then if you then are in this competition, then you go down and go 100 push-ups. Change is the same. Really, change is the same. Changing things in life is something that you can learn. And then it becomes easier and easier and easier. I'm talking about trivial details. I really talk about details. Details is take a different way to work every time. Don't come with excuses that the other ways are longer and you've just figured it out that this is the shortest way, blah, blah, blah. We're not talking about optimizing your way to work. We're talking about how you get into this change mindset where your watch is on a different arm. There's a reason why this thing has black and white, because nobody else has it and I like to change things. Color. There is no law in the world that forces you to wear black boring socks on both legs, both feet. Wear different socks, wear colored socks. Do things differently where possible. Never order the same menu twice. Never ever. This was your last time yesterday. Go eat something else. Eat different stuff, if possible. You always go into the canteen of your company in the office building? Well, go outside. There's this guy who just sells hot dogs. Are hot dogs the healthiest food? Come on, we're talking about change here. We're not talking about healthy food. Have a look on those small things that you do every day. I mean, the day is 24 hours long. And then do them differently. It starts in the morning. It really starts in the morning. You usually go shower and then you wash your teeth. Well, do it the other way around. Wash the teeth under the shower. Do it differently. The brave people, one of my clients said, I said, wash your teeth with the other hand. And this is an exercise, when you're right-handed or left-handed and just do it the other way around. That's a funny thing. And he said, haha, watch me. And he was just only freshly shaved and didn't saw any change. And then I thought, dude, really? Really? You shaved yourself with the other hand? And he said, yeah. He was not bleeding. So it's possible. You don't die when you do things differently. Do things differently. Do the small things differently over the day. When you have those meetings, sit somewhere else. That, by the way, surprises the other people in the meeting. Do the stairs. Take the stairs. It's always a good idea, but when you do elevator usually, then do the stairs. Park your car somewhere else. Put your bicycle somewhere else. Do things differently, not to optimize it. Do things differently to train your brain that change is not evil. So, and then you have your brain in the right mindset. And then you can just level up a little. You level up a little. Level up means you have those habits that you just would like to throw overboard, but it doesn't work. Habits like you want to go for a run, some K every morning, but Here you go. When you start with the socks, when this changing of the socks, and it's really the small pieces, when this is not a problem anymore for you, then you just face the bigger ones, the bigger things that you always wanted to change. Then you go for that. You want to put this new management idea into action. You don't want to just simply read it or listen to in the podcast about, we need to do one-on-ones, we need to do feedback culture, da-dee-da-dee-da. You want to execute it. Then go and do it. Do things differently means that you get your brain out of this laziness mode. So, and I understand that the laziness mode is sometimes very, very comfortable. Here's the thing to that. When I say do things differently, a disclaimer, do things differently to get your brain trained in doing things differently. I want you to do a lot of things, especially in the working environment, consistently. I want you to do things consistently. I want you to do the one-on-ones, talk to your people consistently. I want that you are a predictable boss for your people. Nothing is worse than an unpredictable boss. You know, he says green tomorrow, and yesterday he says red, and whatever you do is wrong. I've been there, I've done that, hated that. Not have done that, I've experienced that. I've suffered under this. So, in life or in your effectivity, your effectiveness in the job requires a lot of things that you do repetitively. Leadership is, sadly enough, not the heroic deed, this one battle that you fight and then the world is saved. No. Leadership is marathon. Marathon consists of a lot of steps, always the same. And that's a different story. I'm now talking about change is complicated. Yes, change is complicated if your brain is not used to change. If your brain is used to, I do today exactly the same as I've done yesterday. And yesterday I did exactly the same as I've done before. Well, then it is not in the motion for change. When you've never done a push-up and I tell you, go down, give me 20 push-ups, then you cannot do at least one push-up. So as easy as that. So my invite, give yourself a change month. Well, only if you take it serious. Play around a little. Give yourself, when you arrive in the office, give yourself some change. Do things differently. Really do things differently. If you have a laptop, don't work at your desk, work somewhere else. Pick it out. Change things. And don't care about the audience. This is for you. Life starts with you. Well, life ends with you. It's your life. If you want to change things, then you change things. I don't care. I don't care anyways. But you shouldn't care about what the others say when he's now wearing the watch on the other arm. Whoa. When he's sitting in the conference somewhere else. Don't make a big fuss out of it. You just don't sit yourself there where you just sat yesterday. You just sit somewhere else. This is how you get change into your life. And really, as trivial as it is, it starts with the small things. If you want to win the Ironman, the famous Ironman in Hawaii, if you really want to win that, it starts with you run the first some miles around the block. As easy as that. So if you want to be the person who adopts new ideas first, who comes up with new ideas, who is the first one who says, once this new idea, product idea, this new business strategy, this new opportunity comes along, you are the one who says, let's have a look at that. Where all the others just step out and say, no, we fear the new. You want to be the person who is open to new things, who is used to do new things. And that starts, really, it literally starts with the socks in the morning. That's my invite to you. Give it a try. This is how change starts. If you can't do one push-up now, then go down on the floor, do a push-up. Do one push-up, one little push-up. Once that works, you do 2 and 3 and 4. Once you're comfortable with 2 different colored socks, then you just change the tie or you throw the tie away. Then you just go with other colors of whatever it is. This is how it starts. And then, after few months, 1 or 2, that depends on your own motivation and on your own driver, you will find yourself in a position that new is really good for your brain. I get nervous when I have to be in the same restaurant the second time. Because I think, I've been here before. Can we go somewhere else? Can we go somewhere else? It's a bit stressy for the surrounding, but I don't care. I believe this is a good starting point where you want to be. You want to face the new, because the world changes and you receive more and more. You have to deal with more and more different people. So that's my invite. Visit the YouTube channel if you want. You can even subscribe to the mailing list. Everything is on leadit.com. This is Olaf, and thanks very much for listening or for watching me. Bye for now.